All right, everybody, welcome back to Birds and Blues Sports. We are here with another episode for everybody. I wanted to make sure people had something to listen to over the weekends before Championship Sunday. It would have been irresponsible to not do an episode after the divisional playoffs that we just had. We'll go over a couple of things today. Probably not going to be a long one, going to be a little bit shorter than usual, which is fine. So without further ado, we're going to start with all the games that happened this past weekend, the divisional round, which was filled with really good football, and very little shenanigans, which I was very happy about. Very, very little shenanigans, except for one particular shenanigan
There
thing.
was there was a little bit of
Yeah,
shenanigans.
there was one shenanigan play that comes to mind, and we'll get to it eventually. First game was Texans Ravens. Ravens honestly just took care of business. They are the best team remaining in the playoffs. They very much handled the Texans. CJ Stroud had a really bad game. There's just so much talent on the Ravens. Lamar's probably going to end up winning MVP. He had a 4 touchdown performance. Texans' future is bright, but it just wasn't enough, man. The Ravens are just too talented.
Yeah, I think this was the Cinderella story came to an end. The glass slipper was returned, and Lamar Jackson took that glass slipper and beat them over the head with it. And what can you say? He showed up, showed out. Defense looked really good. Texans team was just kind of spinning their wheels, couldn't really get anything going. Ground game wasn't working. Stroud was under duress. Just a overall better Baltimore Ravens team. That's why they're the number one seed. That's that's it.
Yeah, I mean the rookie looked like a rookie. It's you can play the Cinderella all you want, but when you get to a certain point where that lack of experience comes in and you're and your team are in a situation you haven't been in nearly ever. There was no leadership on the coaching side or the player side of guys that have really been there in that kind of moment, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to respond. And the Baltimore Ravens have been there. They've been in that situation, and they put cruise control on and did what they did. It's good story. I don't think the Texans have anything to hang their hats on. I mean, they did better than anybody ever expected them to do. They showed up and were in a spot that they shouldn't have even been in. So,
Yeah. No, they had a great year. Great first year on the D'Amico, great first year on the CJ Stroud. They're only gonna this arrow's only pointing up for the boys.
Future's bright. Future is bright.
Future is bright.
yeah,
After
this is the first time the Texans are going to go into next year and people are going to look at them and say, "Oh shit, we got to play the Texans." Like
yeah,
you're talking a whole different culture change from a year ago today to now. Like, and good for them. They deserve it. That's building a team.
yeah,
Just think that Texans team, they're gonna come back next year. Tank Dell is gonna be healthy. They were missing him, broke his leg. I think they need a substantial improvement on the ground game because Singletary is okay, but I don't think he's the guy. I think they can this offseason class is supposed to be rich with running backs, so maybe a guy like Derrick Henry.
maybe that would be a decent fit. And look, just watching the Ravens defense, man. I mean, there's a reason why the Giants want that defensive backs coach so badly to be the
Yeah.
DC. That's why they're waiting. They're they're waiting to see if he'll take the job. So that's why no other hires have really been made. I mean, the Giants did hire the Jets assistant to be their special teams coach. Jets special teams was a big bright spot for them last year, so I'll take that hire any day of the week. But watching that Ravens defense, it's just woo. I want that guy bad. Next was Packers 49ers. This was a very good game. The 49ers almost blew it in Levi Stadium. Jordan Love is indeed Himothy, avid listener of the podcast. But the Brock Purdy without Debo Samuel in the rain had a game-winning drive, shut up all the doubters a little bit. And they got the win. They squeaked it out. They'll host the NFC Championship game next week. Packers, another team's future that's bright. Jordan Love's first year as a starter had the 4th most touchdowns in all of football. They're about to pay his ass. So that's another team that is in for a big offseason to really build the momentum that they had and to really take that next step.
I'm still not sold on Jordan Love. And I know his passer rating and everything about him was all this in a bad, was everything, right? The guy was a stud in the tail end of the season. I'm not a guy who's going to give you your flowers based upon what's happening now. Like, you didn't impress. Like, okay, you're starting to be a good quarterback now. Where were you the first half of the season? Where were you, the last year?
His first like
year.
Week 10, you're going to show up and then I'm going to hand you flowers like, oh, you're so good. The Packers are still a bad team. They will still be a bad team next year. And what happened this year was a fluke. Wow. I'm saying it right now. I'm putting my fluke alert on.
The fluke alert on.
The Packers are fraudulent, and they got lucky with the play of Jordan Love and hitting the right stride at the right time. Tell me right now, if Kirk Cousins never gets hurt, are the Packers in the playoffs?
Probably not.
So I think it was just the perfect storm for the Packers to end up where they did. I will say that he played great, and I'm looking forward to rejudging him next year, but I'm still not anointing him as Himothy. I don't think he's anything close to that. He's a guy wearing a ghoul mask right now in a Scooby-Doo movie that I can't wait for the kids to pull the mask off and go, ha, got you. Yeah.
Right.
That's rough.
The hate is strong. If the New York Giants had Jordan Love on your team right now, you would be running down the hallways. Oh my God, the Giants! We got Jordan Love. He's the next best thing. Look out!
Was I ever like that with Daniel Jones? No, I wasn't.
Daniel Jones sucks.
Caca poo poo.
Caca doody doo.
Yeah, you're hating right now. Quit being salty. Jordan Love is he's a puppy. It's not a dog.
Listen, what he did to the Cowboys will feed families forever.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Listen, that game, shout out to Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur. That game was a lot closer than I had expected it to be. I thought 49ers were going to come in and just stomp mud holes and walk them dry. That wasn't the case. I mean, CMC is a dog, and he had a CMC performance. 2 touch, just showing off like that.
They're doing CMC things.
But I mean, Debo Samuel's big. He went down, and team struggled. I mean, Purdy wasn't comfortable all day with the rain and the weather. That was just sloppy weather.
Yeah, it was good.
But I think
but Purdy's a guy I would like to give flowers to, because that dude was almost benched for Tom Brady prior to the season. Breaking news to everybody recently. And all this fucking guy, he gets picked last in the draft. He's had so many people in front of him, and he's just gone out there and been like, okay, cool. Does his thing.
Yeah, listen, you're not wrong. I mean,
if he doesn't get hurt, in what, the finals last year?
Yeah, they probably beat the Eagles.
Yeah,
they're probably.
And he probably is a Super Bowl champion right now. Wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard at this point to just label him a system quarterback. I mean, he probably is still a system quarterback, but he's so good in it. Because he doesn't have any crazy arm talent. You probably can't pick him up and drop him into another team and probably be just as successful. But I mean, he makes the throws.
Great in that system.
Yeah, he's perfect in that system.
Yeah,
And
that's like just two worlds came together, and it's just harmony. And there's birds and doves and rainbows and unicorns.
I mean, he's a better passing the ball this year than a lot of other quarterbacks. And he was the favorite for MVP a couple weeks ago.
Put some fucking respect on the man's name.
And you know what? Like everyone just keeps moving the goalpost for him. Oh, he's got to do this. Oh, well, he's got to do that. Well, you know what? He didn't have Deebo Samuel, and he needed a drive to win the game, and he fucking won. So
check that box off.
Yep, checked it off. When it mattered most, he came through.
Yeah,
I
will give you this though. On that last drive, Jordan Love just running and just heaving it up there. That was the most Brett Favre thing I've ever seen. And I was like, this guy belongs in Green Bay right there. That was
beating up the Cowboys, losing to the 49ers. That's the most Green Bay Packer thing you could do.
Exactly. He threw that pick like he's been doing it for years. So, but man, 49ers, they're just loaded on with embarrassment of riches on offense. Like Deebo goes down, but it's like, all right, yeah, well, we got George Kittle, we got Brandon Ayuk, and then Juwan Jennings is like all of a sudden doing something a little bit. And Christian McCaffrey, you met him?
Yeah. It's crazy. It is crazy. Next was Buccaneers in Detroit. The Lions pulled out another win in front of their home fans, punched their ticket to the NFC Championship game. Bucks made it interesting. They made it close. Baker Mayfield, avid listener also of the podcasts, had one of probably his best year as an NFL starter. He's about to get paid too. He had 28 total touchdowns this year. He is someone that you could probably build around for a little bit, build out the team until, maybe this year was a fluke for him too. Because he had that one really good year in Cleveland, and then the next year, so let's see if he can keep that consistency. I'm not sold. I think we've seen this before. We'll see. They just lost their offensive coordinator, so let's see if it produces he has the same results for next year. I mean, they're probably going to lose Mike Evans to free agency, so I don't know. I'm not really sold on Baker doing the same thing next year, considering the circumstances. He's going to get paid, and Todd Bowles not taking a timeout is just the most Todd Bowles thing ever. So,
my God, just quickly on the Todd Bowles thing, fireable offense.
Yeah.
Fireable offense.
Fireable offense. What do you mean? What do you mean it was prolonging the inevitable? What do you mean? Do you not support your coaching? Yeah.
Give yourself a chance. It's the playoffs. You're win and go home.
Mm-hmm. Makes no sense. Because then
Detroit is worse than Arthur Smith defending how he doesn't run the ball with Bijan Robinson in the red zone.
Yeah. I mean, if you take that timeout, you have 37 seconds on the clock. They have to kick the field goal or they punt it. Either or.
It wasn't a gimme field goal.
It wasn't a gimme. Like you're getting the ball back.
It was a 49-yard field goal.
Yeah. And they might punt it if they decide to punt it to put you deep. What if he returns it for a touchdown? You just don't know.
You're one play away. You have the best. All right, one top 5 wide receiver in the league this year, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Throw the ball up.
Yeah,
Do
you don't know.
something.
I think it happened.
If I'm a Bucks
I think
fan,
catch a ball.
if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm just vomiting all over the place.
I mean, yeah, it's a bad way to go out. I mean, what a pretty remarkable season that they put together. It was fun. It was exciting. Baker and the boys getting the thing going. Mike Evans just fountain of youth down there. And then 37 seconds left. No, we're not going to take that timeout. Fuck that timeout.
I want to go home.
We're
Yeah.
we're,
I want to
we're
watch.
anyway.
I want to watch Netflix.
Fuck them picks. It was fuck that timeout.
Yeah, it
But-
was that timeout.
Come on, how pumped up are we for Detroit Rock City right now?
Yep.
Can we just say the last time the Detroit Lions made it this far in the playoffs, guess how much gas was?
99
7.
cents.
Gas was $1.19 a gallon. This time when the Lions got this far in the playoffs. $1.19.
That's crazy. That's
You probably haven't seen gas prices like that in your entire life.
never. Ever.
My goodness. But yeah, man, Detroit gassed up. I'm so happy for them. This team is exciting. Just they're young. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff needs some respect.
I apologize.
Yep.
I know I've apologized and I've apologized. Guess what? I'm gonna apologize some more. I didn't put the respect on the man's name in the preseason rankings for quarterbacks.
I did.
Top 10 dog.
I mean, he's one of the best playoff quarterbacks in the league.
Dude.
Every single time he's been in the playoffs, he's produced multiple
He's making
NFC championships now.
Making the throws.
Yeah, he's clutch as fuck
And
So-
Sam Laporta,
on one leg.
dog. He's
Yep.
he's definitely gonna need surgery in the offseason. And he is just
Oh no, he is on a torn ACL. I said it last week. I'll say it again. He is on a torn ACL, but he said, "I don't care. Give me all the Toradol possible."
yeah, bam, boom, 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 boom. He is the Conor McGregor right now of
Dude,
Toradol. He is just
Leaking.
Dude, at halftime, they're draining his knee of just fucking blood and pus at halftime.
he can't even feel his leg. It's just like a club that he's just flopping around with right now. But you know what? He's catching passes, getting first downs. Man,
Gotta love it.
time for Lions fans.
Yep. Anything to add there, Raymond?
I can't even touch that. Next.
All right. Next, the finale. Chiefs Bills in Buffalo. Man, the Bills just
Called it.
the Bills just can't get it done. Even when Patrick Mahomes comes to their house, the Bills just don't know how to get it done. And Josh Allen was amazing in this game. He's also one of the best playoff quarterbacks out there right now. But there's levels to this. You know, Josh Allen's probably a top 3 quarterback in football, but the difference between Patrick Mahomes is just gigantic. Like, Patrick Mahomes is just Tom Brady 2.0 with way more talent. And the fact that, because the Bills team is so much better than this Chiefs team right now. This Chiefs team is awful. Travis Kelce had 2 touchdowns in this game. Mahomes had a perfect game. The Bills defense, once again, did not show up. Von Miller's looking like a disaster of a signing for them. It's just the Bills window's closed. You know, now you have to really retool. You have to draft well. I mean, I would get
to go into witness protection.
Yeah, I mean, they should have fired their coach. They should have just done. Like, I don't know why he's still there.
Tom, Bill Belichick's roaming around right now looking for a job.
Yeah, it's really upsetting to see for Bills Mafia because they spent 2 fucking days digging out their stadium just to get Scott Norwood again.
Uh,
It's
just a lot to unpack. Can we just say this is Patty's world and we're just living in it right now?
it
Because
just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Mahomes is just I could say he's a dog, but even that is just like an injustice to him. He's a winner. That's all he
ever lost to fucking Tom Brady. And he lost to Joe Burrow once.
Yeah.
He already has the most touchdown passes to one particular player ever.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, clear, resuscitated back from the dead. Playoff Kelce, I called it. He just showed up. He was like, yo, let me catch these tuds real quick. But I think the game changer, Isaiah Pacheco, man. That guy, every time he touches the ball, he runs as hard, as fast as he can and tries to destroy. He tries to make people explode on contact.
Good.
This guy is like the epitome of what it is to be a hard-nosed running back and just bam, bam, bam. Something the Bills should have took a look at because they had James Cook who was having a day, and then like his last like 7 carries, the Chiefs were like, no. And
Chiefs defense is good.
Him down.
That
was a difference maker.
Yeah, their defense has been good all year.
But can we talk about the miracle play? The reason that the Bills should have a head coach, a brand new head coach, is because we tried to turn this into a Hallmark family Fox show movie.
He thought he was in a Disney movie.
Yeah, we thought this was like the boom, the stars align, the clouds open up, and it's just like a twinkle in the eye of the believers. And then, all right, so this what do we have, like a couple minutes left? We're gonna do a fake punt inside of our own 40, down by 3 points
with a backup safety who hasn't played football,
who died on the field last year. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. Comeback player of life, the SBs.
First of all, it was his clone out there, not really him.
Oh my God.
Shout out Mike Rizzo.
Oh my God. Hang on. Right now, this is where we put the disclaimer that everybody's views are independent of their own and they are not a belief of the podcast as a whole.
Hate to see it.
I mean, Rogan can talk about conspiracy theories. Why can't I sprinkle some conspiracy in here?
Because Rogie's worth more money than you are.
Fair.
That's
Fair.
yeah. I mean, Spotify gave him $100 million. So
yeah,
but
right, you get YouTube to give us $100 million, and you can talk whatever nonsense you want.
Noted.
Yeah. I mean, it was just baffling. It really didn't make any sense. I mean, that kind of put a nail in their coffin.
Well, it didn't because Mecole Hardman can't hold on to the ball. He does not.
Yep, just fumble it.
Mike Rizzo would cut that, man.
And by the way, can we talk about that rule? That rule is perfectly fine. And
what's wrong? Why they're trying to get rid of that? Why?
They're because they want more offense. I don't know why.
Any more offense?
I think it's stupid. They're going to change the rule. They're
fumble the football. How about that?
But they're gonna change it to it being a loss of down and the offense keeps the ball. That's what it's gonna end up being. And I think it's so fucking stupid. Like,
Oh, stupid.
why are you rewarding the offense for being an idiot? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Hold on to the football.
yeah, hold on to the football. Don't fumble it. Like, I hate it. That's just my little 2 cents. But and there was a lovely, 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 the usual. There's always one bullshit penalty that favors Patrick Mahomes and
It was Ed Hockley's crew, and I called that one too.
And it was a total phantom pass interference that allowed them to kill a little bit more clock. But Stephon Diggs also should have caught the ball. That would have helped out the Bills too.
Stephon Diggs is perpetually looking at the Chiefs celebrate post game
For like 3 years now.
hoping that it's going to be his moment next year.
Listen, he might be on the decline. He's hitting 30. You just
rumors out there that he wants to stay in Buffalo, that he is not. But again,
you want to know why? Because he played like fucking shit.
Leverage. He has zero leverage.
Yeah, he has no leverage now. Because he played like shit this year. He was awful from week 10 on.
But I still think if he left, if he became a free agent and went out there, there's gonna be teams that are so wide receiver hungry. They'll pay
wide receiver.
Yeah.
I just think that the Chiefs, Pat, it's such a team-oriented sport, and for one guy to be this much of an impact on the biggest team sport possible just shows his greatness. And he really is just Tom Brady 2.0. And you need an all-world team with all-world players and an all-world coach and a little bit of luck to beat this guy.
It took Tom Brady in the Super Bowl to put him down. So
let's see what happens when Kelsey retires.
Well, we'll find out because that's boom, segue right there to the star of the show, Jason Kelsey, man. Come on. Who is just loving life, living his life to the fullest, out there looking like Bert Kreischer in the stands, shirt off, just roaring like a grizzly bear.
Yeah, if Bert Kreischer
little girls up to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah, if Bert Kreischer was, had the strength of a fucking Volkswagen. There were some people commenting, how did he just jump right into this right back into the box with ease? And the top
premier athlete.
Yeah, the top comment was, it's almost as if he's a world-class he's a world-class athlete, Jimmy.
But you're like one look at him and you're just like, look at this fucking schmuck of a man. And then
specimen.
That's peak male performance right there.
Jason Kelsey, you are my dog of the week.
Yep. I love that guy. But yeah,
Jason Kelsey. My wife asked me, I was like, oh, they were talking about how many beers he drank, and he drank like 20 beers or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's nothing for him.
Yeah, he probably didn't feel anything.
Didn't feel a thing. Because, he drank like 20 beers and said, oh, yeah, I was like 5% buzzed. Like, that makes sense. Yeah. And I just got a look of, why does that make sense? Because he's a monster of a man.
Yep. And I think Josh Allen has shown that it looks like he's going to be this generation's Phillip Rivers. Can't get over the hump.
Certainly feels that way.
Feels that way,
But, and that's terrible because there was some did you see the moonshot throws that he was just launching off?
He's one of the best.
Flick of his wrist, 75 yards in the air, just going through his receiver's hands.
His teams let him down. His team lets him down every time. And that's what happened to Phillip Rivers. And Phillip Rivers ended up being a Hall of Famer, top 15 quarterback ever. It just looks eerily similar because Joe Burrow wins in the playoffs. It just seems like Josh Allen can't get over that hump. So,
shout out to my man Joe Burrow. Can't wait for you to come back, baby.
Yeah. that guy's a winner.
Ew. Ew. I'll let it be in this podcast. Oh, I could wait for him to come back.
Listen, Joey B. Joey B.
Oh my god. Oh, smoking Black and Milds. What a mush.
Because we haven't smoked about 100 packs of Black and Milds in our lifetime.
I mean,
all right, I have not smoked 100 packs of Black and Milds in my lifetime.
I mean, your boy over here is smoke free. Nothing has ever entered these lungs.
Goodness.
All right, let's get to
Somebody
the.
get this guy a cigar.
Oh, listen, I definitely will probably have a cigar.
There you go.
Let's get to the head coaching hirings that happened. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 happen since the last episode. Only 2 openings left, which is the
Aiders.
only Washington and
Seattle.
Seattle are the openings that are remaining.
And all signs point to Dan Quinn going to Seattle and Washington at this point. Who the fuck knows?
It should be Mike Vrabel, but I don't know what's taking so long. But Falcons hired Raheem Morris today, which will reward the Rams 2 third-round compensatory picks, thanks to the Rooney Rule. The Panthers hired Dave Canales. I don't really know how you say his name. The OC from the Buccaneers. Chargers officially signed Jim Harbaugh. He was always their top choice, even though they interviewed 15 people apparently. Did the process thoroughly, but
Dude,
the Raiders finalized their deal with AP. And they also brought in Tom Telesco, which was a fucking phenomenal hire. I mean, the Chargers firing him was just so stupid.
wasn't the problem.
He wasn't the problem. I mean, he hired Brandon Staley, so
all right.
I don't know. So maybe he is a little bit to blame.
The
Titans hired the Bengals OC Brian Callahan. So Bill Belichick misses out on the Atlanta job. Mike Vrabel not really sought after. He had a couple interviews, but I just follow the trend here. New age coaches. Everyone wants to trot out these new young coordinators and see what they can do. Seems to be the way of the league. I did say there was a chance that I would not be surprised if Bill Belichick did not get hired this coaching cycle. He might take a break or he might just retire. So
he's not tired. He wants to have the most wins of all time. He's still got a little gas left in the tank.
So with that being said, what are your guys' initial reactions to some of these hires here?
I'm not surprised by a couple of them. I mean, listen, you don't know what happens behind closed doors, right? We can sit here and say that, Vrabel and Belichick should have been easily picked coaches. I was just reading an article on on Raheem Morris's hiring, saying that, the reason they went with him over Bill is because they felt like it was his time and his dedication to the game and his recent stats, recency bias is more relevant. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of these, I always feel like some of these coaches, like this Carolina hire, they gave this guy a 6-year contract and all that. Like, you're gonna be fired in 2 years, bro.
2 years, you're gone. But like something like that,
it's all fugazi now. Like these contracts are just fake money.
Yeah, it's because these owners don't care.
They don't. It's what did you do for me lately, right? Like the fact that fat fuck down in Dallas still has a job is mind blowing to me. He should be fired.
I love it. It's perfect as a Giants fan.
Bring him back. Sirianni too.
I love it. Perfect. Cool. Love it.
No, but I don't know. Vrabel, I think, was Dan Campbell-esque. I just think he was set up for failure from the get-go in Tennessee because that team is.
Took that team. They were a number 1 seed 2 years ago.
Yeah, but the amount of talent that left was crazy.
But it's the NFL. What have you done for me lately?
Facts.
All right. Even the Washington, like what coach? I mean, everybody wants a job, wants a head coaching job, but what are you walking into in Washington? Doom.
When we first talked about this,
They have the second overall pick and the most cap space in all of football. Why wouldn't you?
It's a pretty okay
The new
scenario
owner.
into new ownership. You're basically getting the keys to the castle, but
You're taking a quarterback. I mean, Drake May or Caleb Williams is going to be your quarterback. Like seems pretty good to me.
Where does Washington pick?
Second.
two.
Oh, they have the second.
They have the second overall pick. And no coach has gone there yet. I mean, they hired a new GM. They hired the 49ers assistant, which I'm sure is great. So, but yeah, I mean, my initial reactions are a lot of these young OCs are getting jobs. Everyone's trying to look for the next Sean McVay. Everyone's trying to look for the next Kyle Shanahan. That's just what this is. Instead of trying to, because they know those guys are never leaving. So that's kind of what I'm taking from it. Raheem Morris is defensive oriented. AP, I guess you could say, is defensive oriented. Harbaugh is more of a quarterback guy. That's very much a hire more so for the team. But besides Raheem Morris and AP, everyone else is offensive minded. I mean, that's just the way the league is going. And maybe Raheem Morris is a fucking amazing leader of men. And if he brings in a strong OC, maybe that could work. But I mean, offense is what the NFL is all about now. So, and to see guys like Vrabel and Belichick, who are more old school, not get jobs, I'm not really surprised.
And that's like I said, that's the only way AP got hired was because he's a leader of men, and the locker room bought into him, and they rallied around him, and that was their guy. Now it's just up to whoever they put as their OC, which I'm pretty sure Cliff Kingsbury was coming in the door this week to interview. I know they interviewed a bunch of other people, but a guy like Kingsbury is a good quarterbacks coach. Might be the prime move to get a rookie quarterback in there.
Yeah, very, very interesting stuff. All right, let us predict the NFL honors. The finalists were named today. So we're going to go through the list. We're going to pick our MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year for both defense and offense, Coach of the Year, and Comeback Player of the Year, even though, we don't need to. DeMar Hamlin, Comeback Player of the Year. We're good.
No, he didn't get that play. No, if you...
Fake.
It would have been 100% if he would have got that fake. But...
Listen, he's going to win it. He's going to win it. It's not even like a chance. It should be Joe Flacco. I want Joe Flacco.
Can we just say, who got robbed in this? The Jets running back, Breece Hall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tore his ACL, comes back, and he put up over like 1,500 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, he did get some robbed, but you know what?
He didn't die on the field, so.
Well, he was on the 32nd ranked offense.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Hate to see it. That's just what happens,
Sorry, man. We miss you.
Yes. Who is your MVP?
Name the finalists? I didn't see the list.
Allen, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Who do you think will win?
Christian McCaffrey.
My heart says Christian McCaffrey, but my old noggin says this is Lamar's to win. I mean,
yeah. The heart says CMC because we know it should be.
It should,
but the NFL does not happen the way it should. So Lamar's probably going to win it.
MVP, it's a QB award, and I mean, if you really, most valuable player, if you strip Lamar Jackson off of the Ravens, they're not that good of a team offensively. I think he's the glue, the melting pot that sticks to everyone and holds that offense together. Defense is awesome, but Lamar.
I also have Lamar Jackson winning MVP. I was on the podcast on record saying that I thought Dak should have won it, or Dak should win it. And then after the implosion in the playoffs, my tune has obviously changed. And especially with Lamar dropping 4 tuds. I think Lamar Jackson will indeed win MVP. It will be his second. So, and you know what? There is a bunch of discourse online about like, oh, no one even wanted him, or no one even wanted to trade for him. Like, motherfucker, no one thought he was leaving. Like, it's such a fake headline that people are trying to grab straws at on,
because it wasn't. If anyone would have signed him to an offer sheet, the Ravens would have just looked at it and said, "All right, we match that. Done."
Yeah, they were going to match any contract offer from any other team. The other team would, if they didn't match, that team would have had to pay 2 first-round picks. Like, it was not happening. Everyone knew he wasn't leaving. It was fake. It was a fake holdout. It was a fake situation. It was all fake. So everyone on social media and everyone on these talking head shows are like, I can't believe no one even wanted to talk to him. Like, because they knew he wasn't going anywhere. Like, it's just bullshit. I just thought that was so funny. I'm like, you people just have no idea what you're doing at all. So, offensive player of the year. I don't care who the finalists are. It's CMC.
Christian McCaffrey. He was the automatic tud machine. What was it? We would have been up to like $4 million.
$10 million
in bets.
Yep.
For his anytime tud rolling that shit over. That guy is far and away the fantasy football cheat code, the NFL cheat code. Ain't nobody better than CMC.
Fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
Only thing I have to say is if Tyreek Hill didn't get hurt.
No. Even still.
2,000 yards?
He was never getting it.
It's just not a wide receiver award. It's all, I mean.
Well, Justin Jefferson won it last year.
The player of the year. Don't tell me it's not a.
It goes to either a wide receiver or running back. So, defensive player of the year. Who do you think will win it? Well, we know what Pete's answer is going to be.
Mad Max Crosby, baby. Dog. And he did it on me that was just exploded all year. That he was going to the hospital before games, getting it drained out, and then wreaking havoc, playing 99% of snaps.
Who else is on the list?
Deron Bland, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt.
I think it'll be Myles Garrett.
TJ Watt.
I'm gonna go Mad Max.
Mad Max.
It's between him and TJ Watt. I think TJ was out too much.
Yeah, he was hurt. I think it'll be Myles Garrett. Just the complete package, stops the run, sacks quarterback, just led the league in pressures. I just think he's a total package. I think he'll end up winning it. If Max Crosby wins, that'd be phenomenal, and he's obviously much deserving as well. Coach of the year. Who do you think will win Coach of the Year?
Candidates are Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, D'Amico Ryans, Kyle Shanahan, and Kevin Stefanski.
It's between Campbell and D'Amico. I think Campbell wins it.
I also have Dan Campbell as the coach of the year.
Yeah. Dan the man gassed up Campbell.
Rookie of the year for both offense and defense.
DJ Stroud.
Yeah. CJ
Stroud.
Next.
Stroud. We all have Stroud. For defense, I'm going to stick with the Texans. I'm going to say Will Anderson Jr.
Who's the other candidates?
Jalen Carter, Joey Porter Jr., Kobe Turner, and Devon Witherspoon. I mean,
I'm going Will Anderson Jr. He had 7 sacks his rookie year.
what did my only other hesitation? I know Joey Porter Jr. had a really good rookie year, and what did Jalen Carter do? Because Jalen Carter,
He fell off a cliff after week 12. As soon as that defensive coordinator change happened, just fell off a cliff.
I mean, 6 sacks. Yeah, and we'll go. I'll go Will Anderson too. The rookie sweep right there.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'll stick with that.
All right. And we already obviously discussed DeMar Hamlin, comeback player of the year. Duh. All right, let's get to championship Sunday predictions. The AFC championship, Ravens versus Chiefs. I think the Ravens will win. They should win. They are home, but the NFL has assigned the referee crew that has made sure every road team has won this season, because the NFL wants Swifty and their Pfizer boy Kelsey in the Super Bowl again. So I would not be surprised if the Chiefs win. But from a football perspective, the Ravens are better in almost every single aspect. The Ravens should win this game. I'm going to pick the Ravens. I think it's their time to shine, and I think Patty Mahomes just gets too flustered, hopefully, with this Ravens defense.
I'm going with the Super Bowl color scheme conspiracy.
Yes. Yes.
And purple means the Ravens win.
So the script is in, but guess what? Swifty in the Super Bowl, they just took the script and they ripped that shit in half. Chiefs, man. Chiefs have one thing that the Ravens don't. The experience.
And the refs.
And the refs. Patrick Mahomes, 27-23 final.
All right.
I just don't want to see. I'm over the Chiefs, man. I'm over this whole Chiefs era. I'm over Mahomes.
You got another 10 years, bro.
No, we don't, dude. No, we
Yes,
don't.
we do.
Travis Boy's going to retire, and Mahomes is going to go.
Does not matter. It won't matter. Nope.
Mark it today.
Travis Kelce was awful this year, and it didn't matter.
January 25th. Without Travis Boy on the field, Mahomes is a different player.
He's still better than every quarterback in the league.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
NFC Championship, Niners Lions. The heart wants Detroit, but Jared Goff is 0-5 in his career against the 49ers, and Deebo Samuel practiced today in full. I'm going to go ahead. It should be better weather. I am unfortunately going to take the 49ers to right the wrongs of last year's NFC Championship game, and the Cinderella story of the Lions ends here. I have the Niners meeting the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Detroit Rock City. I'm taking both dogs, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Detroit Lions. This one, I can't give you the score, but I'll tell you, take the over.
This one's tough. If Deebo doesn't play, big question mark. I want Detroit to win. I will come out and say I want Detroit to win.
Oh, I want them to win.
America wants Detroit to win.
Yeah.
All of America does.
Yeah, I just think that the Niners have so many options. I mean, it's hard to bet against them. I'm going to go with a shootout, and the Niners, with some CMC magic, make a comeback and win.
All right. Player of the game for the AFC Championship.
Lamar Jackson.
AFC, you already know, Patty Mahomes, boy.
I'm going to go with Zay Flowers.
Ooh,
Smelling the roses.
a little spicy.
Just you wait. Just you wait. NFC Championship game player or player of the game.
Is there anyone else besides CMC?
Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer
I will take the obvious CMC and move to the side here. And I'm going to go with George Kittle.
I'm going to go with Jameer Gibbs.
Hey. Boom. Boom.
Mhm.
Jameer Gibbs. Also, don't sleep on Sam Laporta dragging that bum leg around and smashing 2 tuds.
You're right.
You ain't wrong.
All right. We're going to wrap it up here. We actually went longer than I thought we would. Pretty good. Almost an hour. So pretty happy with that. Solid episode still. We got the championship Sunday rolling around. We'll be back to, I don't necessarily say predict the Super Bowl because we'll still have 2 weeks away. So we'll pick something else.
I will be out of country from February 3rd to the 10th. So,
Ooh, okay. Then we'll get that in.
I
So,
might be able to make an international Zoom call this time, though. I'll have the data plan.
interesting. Okay.
All right.
Also, let's plug the Roadhouse trailer on Amazon Films. Shout out to Amazon Prime. We're looking for sponsors. Come on down. Watch Roadhouse. Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Gassed up.
Good. Oh yeah. Listen, we want all the jet fuel. We want all the steroids. I want all the
whatever they're on. Please send me samples.
Yes. Just put it right in my ass.
Right. Just see the tattoo right there. Just inject right above it, right there.
Just bull shark testosterone fucking moose ass juice.
I'm going to Honduras. I'm going to go find a bull shark. I'm going to bleed him and then inject it into myself. So if I disappear for mysterious causes, you know what happened. I'm just putting it out there now.
The views, again, are only the soul of the person that's speaking,
Good.
not the overall podcast.
Yeah, hi, I'm your local conspiracy theorist.
Good. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, etc., etc.
Check us out on YouTube.
Yes.
Shout out to YouTube.
Yes, watch the YouTube.
Yes, the YouTube is the way to go. It is the way to go. Get the facial expression.
We hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Ray will.
Let's get to 100 first. We need to hit the correct mile.
Well, I mean, all right, fine.
What were you about to offer up first?
Yeah,
off?
actually, I need to hear this.
We'll wait till we get there. If we do 100, if we get 100 subscribers, Ray will shave his head.
No. I've been holding on to this rag for 35 years. You think
that's right? 100 subscribers, Ray will shave his head.
No. Sorry, but no. If Amazon Prime sponsors us, I'll shave my head.
If Amazon Prime sponsors us, I will go bald and I'll shave my eyebrows.
Ooh.
Amazon
Make us lose our sponsorship.
Family-friendly podcast.
Nope. Amazon Prime is okay with unrated content. We should know this.
I just talked about gutting a shark and injecting its blood into my neck.
Good.
Again, the views described on this podcast are only to the person expressing them, not the overall podcast.
All right. We'll wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, etc., and we'll see you all again next week. Peace.
Hoorah!